All right, what's up, everyone? I'm Filoki, and today we've got quite a negative day from training camp and also from the fact that I recorded this twice already, but my microphone didn't work each time. But let's just jump right into it. First things first, Drew Lock is going to be out this next game, which is incredibly unfortunate because literally like an hour before it came out that Drew Lock was testing positive, Pete Carroll said he was gonna start. This is like the saddest thing in the world because Drew Lock has outperformed Geno Smith in both of the public, I guess you could say, games that he has played. You've heard that Geno Smith has been doing better than him in practice, but Drew Lock, he did better in the mock game. He did better in preseason week one, and Pete Carroll was like, "Hey, we'll give him the chance. We'll give him the shot. He'll start against the Bears." And then an hour later, it comes out that he tested positive for COVID, so he's not going to be playing this game Thursday, which is so disappointing because I really want to see Drew Lock get that chance. I want to see Drew Lock possibly get the start, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Um, you know, I guess there's really nothing you can do. It's not that big of an issue because Geno Smith is going to play the game. He'll get his chance to start once again, and then hopefully Drew Lock will get the chance next week, week three, because hopefully Pete Carroll will give him that shot. But Drew Lock will be back. It's not like this is a long-term issue. Unlike our second thing, oh my God, Kenneth Walker has is dealing with hernia issues, and as someone who doesn't really know about hernia issues because I'm not very smart, I take to somebody else for knowledge, and this man right here, Jesse Morse, he basically put a whole 3-minute video out on in reply to this, basically saying that hernia issues are not something to take lightly, right? There's two options. He either was lifting heavy and had, a little mess up with his hernia, which isn't going to be a big deal. Unlikely, right? And then he said there's something called a sports hernia, which is really likely. And it's something where you really have to surgically reconnect tissue. So, of course, that sounds like something that doesn't sound very cool. And he said that this is a 4 to 6 weeker for the surgery. And this is like something you have to get surgery for. So if this is what the issue is, it's seeming like Kenneth Walker is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Incredibly disappointing. But to go to a little bit more detail, he was basically saying, this is probably the most common thing. Like, this is what Rashad Bateman was dealing with last year on the Ravens. So this will be something that Kenneth Walker, he's going to have to get surgery. There's no other option. This guy basically said, you can rehab it for as long as you want. You're going to be just as bad as the day you started. So you basically have to get surgery, and it's one of those surgeries where, like, after it, you, like, can't take a deep breath without pain. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be too good for Kenneth Walker. But I guess we'll see what comes from this. Pete Carroll saying, like, oh, he doesn't know how big of an issue it is yet is kind of weird because I'd assume something like a hernia issue, which sounds really serious with what this guy's saying, would be something you would really kind of try to figure out quick. But maybe Pete Carroll's just off his rocker and is just completely wrong about whatever's going on with Kenneth Walker. But, I mean, it's sad news. This is way worse than the Drew Lock news because, of course, he's going to be out for much longer than Drew Lock, assuming this doctor guy is correct. But, I mean, what? Running backs on the Seattle Seahawks just can't catch a break. I was really excited to see the Rashad Penny, Kenneth Walker kind of tandem. But I guess we've seen some really good things from DJ Dallas and Travis Homer in the first game of the preseason. Maybe they'll keep it going throughout the rest of the preseason. But like this is something where I really, really hope Kenneth Walker doesn't try to rush back. I really hope Pete Carroll doesn't try to rush him back or anything like that, because we're not in a position where we need someone to try and return from injury earlier than they need to, especially someone like Kenneth Walker, who we're going to need for the future. Let him get his surgery. Give him, God, I don't care. Give him 8 weeks if you want to. Like, let this man come back fully healthy before he tries to start playing again. We don't want to see Kenneth Walker hurt himself over and over and over again like Rashad Penny and Chris Carson. We want a running back that comes in young, does well, and stays healthy, right? So, assuming Kenneth Walker, this is what he's dealing with, I really hope he doesn't try to come back early. I hope we give him all the time he needs. Hopefully he gets a surgery if he needs a surgery, if that's what this issue actually is. But it's definitely disappointing to see this happen. Him and Drew Lock both missing this week sucks, but the fact that Ken Walker is probably going to miss much more than just this week is a large negative. But let's move into some of the positives, boys. They're not as positive as the negatives are negative, but we have Sidney Jones returning from his concussion. Oh, yeah, we have a corner back. Artie Burns is still out. John Reed is still out. Trey Brown is still out. So, I mean, we still are dealing with quite a few injuries on the corner spot. Tariq Smith, speaking of injuries, he was out last week with a hip injury, and he's still going to be out, so yet another negative. More negatives. Dwayne Eskridge is still not ready to come back from his hamstring issue. That sucks. But, boys, we got some positives. Don't worry. Vi Jones, you may have remembered him getting a sack week 1 in the preseason. He also got a couple pressures, got a quarterback hit as well along with his sack. He did pretty good week 1 of the preseason at linebacker. He came in, undrafted rookie, and he was playing his heart out, and I really like to see it. Apparently, he is continuing to do very well in practice. And, on a team where Bobby Wagner has left and there's, still some spots up for the grabs, Cody Barton may not have the most secure job position, but, Vi Jones, if he can continue to show out and maybe show some, I guess, prowess in the coverage game too, that'd be really good for him. Some more positives, Tariq Woolen last week had that quite bad play where he completely missed his assignment and let someone get wide open in the corner of the end zone. Apparently, he has bounced back from that, and he is doing very well in practice, once again making what they are quoting special plays. You can only assume that means good things, but that's good. I hope him and Kobe Bryant can come into this game on Thursday against the Bears and get back to what we had heard that they were doing in practice. They didn't actually have bad games, like, overall. They had, like, singular bad plays, like Kobe Bryant not getting his head around fast enough, giving George Pickens a touchdown, Tariq Woolen completely missing his assignment, giving whatever the white guy's name is a touchdown. But other than that, I mean, Tariq Woolen was doing pretty all right throughout the game when it comes to coverage, and Kobe Bryant, he got moved to nickel, like, midway through the game, or midway through, like, the second quarter, and he was making some good plays. He had that stop against the tight end, just stand-up tackle against the tight end that's, like, way bigger than him. That was impressive. Like, they had some pretty solid games, and I'd like to see them continue to grow and see what they can show against the Bears, who are probably a slightly worse team at, the very least. But that's about it for the news today. Some unfortunate news with Drew Lock and Kenneth Walker, but we do have some positives with Vi Jones doing well and Tariq Woolen coming back and doing pretty good. And also Sidney Jones is coming back from injury. Maybe we'll see him in the preseason. That would be kind of cool. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a better performance from our coverage. And hopefully we go into this next game against the Chicago Bears on Thursday and we actually tackle well. But watching Geno Smith and Jacob Eason on Thursday is not going to be as fun as watching Drew Lock and Kenneth Walker. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about, all this stuff, the negatives and the positives from this training camp day. But, like I said, let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.